Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is RealMotion Pro quick tips number 3, and today I'm going to show you how to save any rig or unsupported rigs animation into your library, and you can reapply this animation to the same rigs or that rig, the same rig types. I'm going to show you how it works. I have this character, okay, and this is not rigify, or it's not auto rig, or it's not that. This is a custom rig character, and this is also a character from character creator. When I try to say this auto rig and I assign this one and I try to load animation to it, it's failed to apply animation to it. The same thing if I choose Regify, it's not going to work, or if I choose Mizamu, it's not going to work because these rigs are not supported. So I'm going to show a cheat way to save it for rigs that are not supported. So let's start it. Let's say I have this character and also I have animation on it and I want to save it onto my library. It's also not going to work. Okay, so let me go to post mode here and I'm going to do any animation I want. So I'm going to select the hands bone and this, and I'm going to do some kind of animation like this. So let me use auto key and I'm going to play and make some random animation. Good. So this is the animation I have here, and let's say I want to save this animation onto my library and later on, so I can use it for this character or for the same character using the same rig type. Okay, so how can I do that? First, when I go to the custom library, and let me go to the dope sheet. Let me go to action editor. This is the action name. It's called rig gem action. I'm going to copy it and paste it here. So I'm going to select that action, and right now I'm going to name it. So I'm going to make it regular. Okay, this is the name I'm going to use to export, and now I'm going to click on this to take a screenshot and use that to export. Right now, let me save my scene first. Okay, so here I have saved my scene, but let's see, I'm going to try to export this into auto rig. So here, since I choose rig as rig type, let me export. This will tell you that selected rig does not contain the rig bone C root master S, so it's not going to export because this is not auto rig. If I choose Regify, the same thing is not going to export. Okay, so how can we cheat this to make it work? Let's go back to object mode here, and we are going to make this rig to be like auto rig pro. So how can we do that? Okay, let's go to edit mode, select our rig and just select the rig and go to edit mode, and let's go here, bone data, just select one of the layers or collection, press the plus, and here rename it like hide. Okay, so I'm going to save for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 3D cursor at any place and press shift plus A and add any bone. Okay, so I'm going to scale it down and let me put it here. Okay, so for this bone, let's go under here and I'm going to rename this bone. So I'm going to rename it as C root. So I'm going to type master.s here. Okay, so now let's export it again. Now I have finished exporting this one and see my library. So here I save it for auto rig, so it's going to appear on auto rig. So now let's go here on the animation and I'm going to click this one to remove the animation from it. So let me reset everything. So now the character is not moving again. Okay, so here when you go to the source rig, make sure you choose this auto rig and go to all categories and choose auto rig. Now we will see this is the action we save. I name it regular and it's save auto rig. Right now I can assign that rig, and when I click load, that animation has been applied to our character. So this a cheat you can use to save for any custom rig, but yet you cannot load other animation like this one and it's not going to work. Okay, this animation are not going to work because the rig is not auto rig. We just cheat that it's auto rig. If you load the other animation, they are not going to work. Only those you save for this rig are going to work. Example, this one. So here I'm going to append the same character using the same rig, and I'll show you how that is read. Okay, so this is a character called Jane, and also use the same rig type as this one. Okay, So they are all using the same. Since this animation I save it in IK, I have to make sure this rig is in IK. Okay, right now it's in FK, so I'm going to switch to IK. So this rig comes with 8 rig properties, so I'm going to switch to this one to IK, and I'm going to switch this one to IK too. Now let's go to RealMotion Pro, and I'm going to assign this rig. Since I saved this for auto rig and this is the animation, I can just click on load. Okay, you see it says fail to apply animation to this because we have not made this one as auto rig. So after you imported your character, just go to edit mode. So just go to edit mode, and here let's go to bold collection, and I'm going to create a new collection here, and I'm going to press shift plus A to add any bone. Okay, let me scale it down, and this one we can put it at anywhere. Okay, and just rename it C dash root dash master X. Okay, so now there's going to be like auto rig. Okay, so let me hide that collection here, and I'm going to load the animation. Good, now it works. See, so now the animation, so right now you can see the animation, I have it here. I can also apply to this card. So I'm going to assign this Jane, and now both has the same animation. So this is how it works for a custom rig. You can then also back up the custom library. This animation are going to stay in your library unless you just delete it. Okay, so now let's move on to this card. Okay, this character is also from character creator. We are going to assume this rig is a DAS rig. So what am I going to do is, let's go to edit mode, and here let's go to the bone collection. I'm going to add collection here, and let's go to edit, shift plus A, go to add any bone, and this one I'm going to rename it as hips. Remove the S, to left is hip. Okay, so after that we can hide that collection here, and we see our original bone here. Now let's go back to object mode, and right now I can assume this is a DAS rig. Okay, but here when you load any animation, it's going to load, but no animation is going to play because this is not a DAS rig. We cheat. So let's go to retargeting and say I'm going to retarget character creator 3 animation, character creator animation to this. Okay, so I have imported this FBS animation from character creator. Okay, so I'm going to retarget, since both is the same rig, I'm going to retarget this one to this and Addon. After that I can save this into my library. So let's go to here, and I'm going to select this is source and this is the target, and what I'm going to do is click on to fetch. Okay, and we have all this. So I'm going to set the ribbon. Okay, so the ribbon are this one. Let me go here and look for the ribbon. This is the ribbon. It's called CC base hips. So I'm going to look for that one. Yes, this one. I'm going to set ribbon, and I'm going to bind. Okay, and now we have this animation is playing correctly here, but I can see the hands get food. Let me unbind because this character response is T and this response is also A, so I need to make sure they both have the same response. So what I'm going to do is I'll just select the source rig. I'll go to post mode, reset the phone, and I'm going to post so that, okay, and then turn on use current pose, and let's bind again. Good, now we have the animation is playing correctly. Okay, so now let's go back here, and I'm going to bake it. Now it has finished baking, so here I can just select the source rig and I can delete it, and now I have my animation on this rig. So here I can just simply go and export this one into my library. So how can I do that? Let's go to the custom library, and here, since I choose and make this one is for that, I can choose this as that. Okay, and I'm going to search for the action I just bake. There's the one I bake, so I'm going to copy it and paste it here, and right now I'm going to name it like dance. I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay, so, and let me toggle on again, and here I can just click on export. Now I have finished exporting this one to my library. Okay, so after you're done, let's go to the animation, and here I'm going to clear this animation from this. And right now, when I just go to DAS and I go here, I can find the animation I just saved. So here I can set this as target and load the animation, and now it's going to work. So right now, this is how to save for your custom rig. So yeah, so if you have any question, you can ask me. And also here you have to notice there are some of things are not going to work here, like the location, they are not going to work, and the virtual typos, they are not going to work for your custom one. Okay, not all of them are going to work. Some of them will work, but this location will not work correctly. Also, the virtual typos are not going to work correctly here. Most of them will work, but not all of them. So thank you for watching.